Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I know that it would be shocking to find out that there's some hypocrisy and some revisionist history being used in the chamber this evening. But it seems to me it was not that long ago when we were in the minority, when we were the ones that were up speaking about one-time transfers. And I'll just remind those of you who were not here at that time, because the rest of us remember clearly, in 2009, 2010, there were $4.484 billion in one-time transfers in that budget. In 2010, 2011, there were $3.089 billion of one-time transfers and one-time funding used in that budget. So I'm not in denial. Yes, there are some one-time transfers in this budget, but we certainly aren't the first that have ever used them, nor will we be the last. I also would point out that back when we were in the minority, we always had an alternative budget that was filed, it was in the open, it was sunshined, we had press conferences about it. We explained our priorities and what we would use our money for to do what we thought was right for Pennsylvania. We used every parliamentary trick we could find in our House rule book to bring that budget to the floor for discussion and for a vote. In fact, I remember one time when the Speaker had to leave the dais because we'd put forward a motion to ask for a suspension of the rules to bring that budget forward, and I think we had the votes to do it at that time, so they had to adjourn session before we had an opportunity to do it. So, you know, we have an obligation to govern as a majority. We're doing that. We've brought forth a responsible budget that I'm prepared to vote for, and I just want to remind everybody of that. And that goes right into the shale gas development. All of a sudden, there's many people who are opposed to opening up a bit more state land for development. Well, one of those one-time revenue enhancements that was in those budget was 180,000 acres of state land that were leased out to bring in $180 million to plug a budget hole. Chairman Miller has covered a report that is out that I recommend all of you take a look at, published by DCNR in 2014, that's entitled Shale Gas Monitoring Report. As a member who has a district where has more of this development on state land going on than any other one member, I will tell you that, as it quotes in the beginning of the report, yes, development has impacts. But let me tell you about those impacts. DCNR manages 1.5 million acres of state land for us. Of that, to date, 1,500 acres have been disturbed for shale gas development. 1,500 acres. That's the pads, the pipelines, the roads, all the surface disturbance. 1,500 acres. If you multiply that out, that's 1/100th of 1%. And I'm bad with math, so I had Representative Reed help me check my math. That's 1/100th of 1% of the state land that we own has been disturbed for gas development. During that period of time, when 1,500 acres was disturbed, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania has used proceeds from gas revenues to purchase 33,500 new acres of state land to add to our state forests. Of that, 8,900 acres is right in the heart of where the Marcellus development is. So we've disturbed 1,500 acres and added 33,500 acres. As Chairman Miller pointed out, during that time, air quality in Pennsylvania has improved, water quality has improved, and I believe that we can do this in a balanced manner. I believe we have a balanced budget that's in front of us, and I would ask for an affirmative vote on that budget. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Question is